I'm a midwife. I've been a midwife for over 20 years, and there's been times when I've wanted to leave the profession because I can't practice in the way that I want to for all the reasons that you said, that the system doesn't allow us to be the midwives that we want to be. And when I do antenatal classes now, I'm always saying to families, find that deep inside of yourself to be assertive.
Yeah.
And if the person that comes into the room, the vibe isn't great and it's not gelling for you, then that's when you go out and you ask the midwife in charge and you escalate it. And it is incredibly hard. And I know people get labelled lots of different things. Yes. And I've been that midwife that's been called in to be the nice midwife,
really,
to calm people down. But it's about relationships. And I think the reason why we're in this mess is because having a baby isn't just a physical thing. It incorporates the whole of your brain and, the emotion of it all. And we don't respect that enough. The medical model is just about making sure that everyone's alive, which is completely appropriate and right.
Sure.
But sometimes the patient experience or the woman's experience, the partner's experience, the baby's experience is negative because we haven't given enough time and thought to the relationship that we're building. And that's why people are hurting so much. And it breaks my heart. Like, I wish it was different.
How surprised are you by the scale of these issues that have been reported in the last 24 hours? Not the existence of the stories that we're hearing, but the number of them.
I think it's unfathomable. I'm not quite sure I'm surprised, but I think as a midwife, I always trust that when I escalate things or we highlight things or we do our risk management processes, that people are acting. And it's so wrong that people didn't act. I really liked the quote in the report that said that the senior teams or the executive teams were reassured rather than assured. Yes. And I think that's the job to go forward, is that we need to use the evidence, the research-based evidence of which there's loads, including about the importance of relationships and the trusting relationship.
This is the notion of holistic healthcare, isn't it? Or for want of a better word, just a kind of a more rounded approach to patient care rather than almost a production line attitude.
Yeah, and it incorporates trauma-informed care. So it's understanding the experience that people have had and saying to them, what's happened to you in your past, in your life, that brings you here with me today. Gosh. So the guy that was talking, if you think about, like, for me as a practitioner, I would be really conscious of his history, but it takes time to do that. I was
going to say, it takes time, staff and money, and all three of those are at a premium at the moment in the NHS. Briefly, because I'm crashing my brakes like nobody's business today, how squeaky a wheel can a midwife be in a labour ward?
It depends who you're with.
Yes.
I feel like as a practitioner, I have been that pushy midwife, and at times I have cried on shifts, and I now choose to work in a different speciality where I'm not on labour and centres
because you care so much, and eventually, the brick wall is never going to surrender to your head, is it?